so long as like alchemy.
And the Compton boy needs to be starting in the All-Star game. Straight up, y'all. Look at LeBron giving Drake the Illuminati wink courtside, and then he gets to work. You know he's going to go left. He finishes strong. Now, Tristan Thompson has been looking better, but look at him let DeRozan turn the corner and then spike it. And Toronto right out the gate was getting anything they want. They're like, is that Corey Joseph barefoot in the corner? No, it's Fred VanVleet, who would go absolutely nuts in this game. This is a new look Toronto team that's much more athletic. You see Siakam on the offensive glass, and then it's Powell in the corner. They hit 18 threes on this Cleveland Cavaliers team, and then driving Jay Crowder, it's Jakob Poeltl. They got a sneaky good player in Poeltl. The 9th pick 2 years ago gets the block. And you can see why Ujiri liked this kid, man. He's quietly on the scene, but he's way more athletic than you think. And then Crowder, you know he ain't finishing above the rim. Siakam sees Love, and he's like, see, I got him all the way to the rim, and then almost D-Rose the knee. But Kevin Love, man, take another look at this closeout. I'm not sure, conspiracy theorists, let's get to talking about that. Look at that flat-footed closeout in Siakam. Na-na-na. But that was the story of this game. And then we get rare Miami LeBron. Where's Rio? He's charged up. Would it make a difference? Absolutely not. It's more of this man, Fred VanVleet, in the corner. 6 threes on the game. And I know Wright is the point guard of the future, but this kid, you remember Wichita State? They got grown-ass men playing for him. So VanVleet is ready to go now, and that may come in handy in these playoffs. Now it's Norman Powell getting his numbers. This was a blowout from the start of the game. Aubrey, very pleased with his hometown team. Then he's like, wait a minute, is LeBron looking? I don't care. I'm a Warriors fan anyway. All right, y'all. I know I was going to say, if those of you following my Instagram, I was going to cover that Philly-Boston game in London, but I thought Fultz was going to play. He didn't play. I jumped to this one. I think this was more of a hot topic game, and it was requested. So let's get into this right away. I read in the post-game comments. Everybody wants to know, like, are they imploding? What's going on? You see LeBron, barking at the assistant coach and everybody at, in the second quarter there. And Tyronn Lue said, guys are playing with an agenda, and then LeBron said something like, we getting our asses torn up. But, I'm quoting him. That's verbatim. That's what the man said. He said he's getting his asses torn. But anyway, I'm going to keep it moving. So the agendas, and I brought up Love, and that closeout, like we all know Love is laterally challenged, right? He's not that swift of foot, but that closeout was absolutely pathetic. There was another post-entry pass that LeBron was throwing to Love, and it was just so off. It was to the wrong shoulder. It was high, and it was almost like that wasn't even a mistake, dog. Like, what are you doing? Right? And so I have 2 theories on this. One, guys see the writing on the wall, and LeBron James, they know LeBron is dipping. They're like, we can't beat the Dubs. LeBron's going to dip. I'm going to go around and I'm going to mess around and get myself traded before this turns into the Cleveland Browns. You feel me? Like, because when LeBron leaves, who wants to be left in that aftermath, right? And so are guys dogging it, Kevin Love, who knows what's wrong with J.R. Smith, but are they dogging it and like trying to get themselves traded? Or, and I mean, I don't know, this could go hand in hand, is LeBron dogging it specifically on defense? His help defense, man, is just nowhere to be found really. Settling for a lot of step back shots. Is he dogging it, trying to force Cavalier management into making a big move here going into the deadline, knowing they ain't got enough, and he wants them to sacrifice that Brooklyn draft pick so he can just have more and more and then dip anyway, right? LeBron's about LeBron, but I mean, everybody's about themselves, so I'm not really tripping. Schematically, what can they do? Tristan Thompson has looked better. What they've got to do is they've got to take Crowder out of the starting lineup and put Tristan Thompson back in at the 5. And that's going to cure 2 things at once. One, it's going to take some pressure off Crowder, who's struggling. And then it's going to slide Love to the 4, who clearly he can't guard 5s. They've spent the last 3 seasons having him play on the perimeter as a stretch 4, right? And he's slimmed down. He's gotten a lot skinnier. And now you move him back to the 5. Valanciunas had like 18 rebounds. Valanciunas it was an absolute monster, and I've seen this. Nurkic did it to him, last week, and all these bigs are just killing him. He can't guard the 5, so I think that would solve some things schematically. Tristan Thompson, like I said, is rounding into shape. Isaiah was miserable shooting in this game, but he's kind of got a pass right now, right? You kind of got to give him a pass. Toronto. Ujiri is just he is the GM right now. I think him and Bob Myers are the premier GMs. There's some other guys you could throw in the fold, but he is quietly drafted probably better than anybody else, right? Jakob Poeltl, Siakam, this Van Fleet kid, man, from Wichita State. I don't even know if he was, y'all got to tell me, was he undrafted? Where did he come from? Little mini Corey Joseph. And you can see that they've talked about it. This isn't a secret. They've changed their style of play. They're moving the ball. You got to credit DeRozan. I think there's a little bit of a Ewing effect going on right now with Ibaka and Lowry out. The young guys are really rising to the occasion. The question will be, this is going to be their first rodeo in the playoffs. I've liked what they've done, but let's also take into account the fact these guys are 20, 22 years old and haven't been deep into the playoffs or even sniffed the playoffs yet. So we'll see. But I think that Toronto is to be taken for real. We'll see. The Dubs got them, I believe, Saturday. And then there's that MLK game. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'm out, y'all.